So if you find your way just to standing, make sure you've got a little bit of space around you. If you've got socks or bare feet, that's brilliant. If you've got shoes on, you might want to take them off because it's really nice if you can connect down through the soles of the feet. Oh, I think I can hear my dogs in the background. We might have a little dog invasion partway through the class. So we're going to begin just by rubbing your hands together. So just start rubbing the palms of your hands together really briskly. So we're just warming up into the hands. So as vigorous as you like. And you're literally trying to get some heat in your hands. So rub your hands together as briskly as you can. So nice and vigorous till you've got a little bit of heat going in the hands. And then we're just going to start waking ourselves up a little bit this morning. Once you've got some heat in your hands, just one arm or the other, it doesn't matter which. You're going to start just tapping your hands. So you can do it really gently, or you could be quite vigorous. If you feel like you need a bit of a wake up, all the way up to the shoulder, and then over the shoulder, down the back of the arm, back onto the hand. And let's repeat that. Up the inside of your arm, over the shoulder, down the back of the arm, and just once more on this side. All the way up, over the shoulder, back down the arm, and then swap sides. So start on the other side. So coming up the inside of the arm, over the shoulder, back down, and then just repeating that. So we're just kind of waking ourselves up a little bit, just getting the energy moving in the body. Last time, coming up the inside of the arm, over the shoulder, and patting down the back. Good. Going to start on the hips and on the back side. We've got some big muscles here, so you can probably give them quite a bit of a wallop. Okay, give them a pat, give them a tap, or give them a good old slap. Okay, and then we're going to just come down the backs of your legs, all the way down the backs of your legs, and then up the insides of your legs. Back over the hips, over your bum, all the way down the backs of the legs, the insides, over the hips. Last time, all the way down the backs of the legs, up the insides. Good job. Then we're going to come up to the chest, just underneath your collarbones. So you have a bit of a Tarzan moment here, if you like. If you're a bit like, yeah. So all around, under the collarbones, tapping, patting, or slapping, depending on how vigorous you want to be. And then come down to the ribs. Give them a good old wake up. And to the belly, a bit like you're patting a drum. Go around in a circle. It doesn't matter which way you go, because we're going to go both ways. So just going round in one direction. And then change direction. Good job. And then shake. Shake your hands, shake your arms, shake your legs. Give everything a wriggle. And then come to standing. Just let yourself stand for a moment. Maybe just close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Just notice how your body feels. Just have a little check-in with yourself, as if you're doing a weather report. How is your weather this morning? Nice. Just take a breath in. Breathe it out. Open your eyes if you close them. I just need to pop everybody on mute because I forgot to do that. So let me just do that. Let me just get onto that. There we go. That's it. Cool. Okay. So we've woken ourselves up a little bit. So then we're going to start working into all the joints in the body. We're going to start at the bottom and we're going to work our way up. So we're going to start with our ankles. So if you just shift your weight onto one side or the other, it doesn't matter which, you can hold on to something if you need to. And we're just going to begin to point the toes, then come onto the heel and lift the toes up to the ceiling. So extend and flex. If you want to test your balance, you can do this, float the foot off the floor. If you want to hold on to something, hold on to something. Or just keep the foot on the floor, so toes on the floor, heel on the floor, and just work into the ankle that way. Let's bring in a bit of circling. And really listen out into that ankle. How is it feeling? If you've ever broken your ankle, you might have a bit of creakiness, a bit of crunching. Change direction, take your time. If you're balancing, notice how your balance is feeling this morning. Good job. Then give it a shake. And let's swap sides. So get yourself established on the other side. Hold on to something if you need to. Point the toes, then lift the toes, come onto the heel. Do that a couple of times. See how the ankle is on this side. If you want to float the foot off the floor, practice your balance. Feel free. Or if you want to keep the foot on the floor, keep the foot on the floor. Arms can do whatever they like. So just working into the ankle joint on this side of the body. Bringing in a bit of circling. So just taking your time, circling through. Just going in one direction. And when you're mobilizing joints, you might literally hear them cracking and crunching. It's absolutely fine, as long as you're not in pain. Change direction at some point. Let's go in the opposite direction, see how it is. Usually one side will be different to the other, totally normal. Give that a shake out. Now bring your feet together. Just soften your knees a little bit. And bring your hands around the outsides of your knees. And then we're just going to circle into the knees. So just listen to your knees. Mine are definitely crunching. Okay, that's absolutely fine as long as you're not in pain. So notice the weight going down through the soles of your feet. You might find you can lift your toes as you circle. We're working into the ankles, the feet, the knees, and the hips here. This is great. Really good for the lower body. Just take your time and change direction. Just go at whatever speed works for you. So if super slow feels good, go super slow. Or if you like to do it quickly, that's fine as well. Just go with whatever feels right for your body. And then slow that down. Come back up to standing. Bring your feet a bit wider than your shoulders, hands on the hips, and imagine you're doing a figure of 8 with your hips. So imagine what a number 8 looks like, and then let your hips do a figure of 8 shape, and the rest of your body can just follow along. So it doesn't matter what the rest of your body is doing. Keep your knees nice and soft. See if you can get a bit of a flow going here with those hips. Easing in, taking your time, drawing a figure of 8 here. And then at some point change direction. And you'll probably notice we all went in our favorite direction when we started. When we go in the opposite direction, it might feel a little bit clunkier, might feel a little bit less flowing. So just do your best. Get a bit of flow going with those hips. Nice figure of 8. So in a joint mobilization, what we're trying to do is we're just warming into the joints, because basically our joints, if we don't use them regularly, they stiffen. Okay, they've all got fluid in them, and if we don't use them, they kind of dry up a little bit. So just warming the joints up with a bit of gentle movement is really good for them. Just slow that down. Come back to standing. Now check you've got space around you to swing your arms without clobbering anybody or anything. And then just let your arms swing around your body. Really relax your shoulders. Try and make your arms really heavy. So the shoulders are relaxing away from the ears. The arms are super heavy. The elbows are soft. The wrists are relaxed. Your hands are heavy. If you like, you can shift the weight from one foot to the other as you go. Just see what feels good for you. Just gently warming into the spine. So a little bit of rotation here. Just let the arms be really relaxed as you go. And then just slow that down. Let the arms come to rest at the side of the body. And then bring your feet underneath your hips. So if you find your hip bones, those bony bits sort of at the front of your hips, and then just drop your feet underneath them. So your ankles, your knees, and your hips are all in line. Your toes are pointing forwards. So just try coming up onto the balls of your feet and then onto the heels, lift your toes. Balls of the feet onto the heels, lift the toes. So rocking backwards and forwards through the soles of the feet. And again, just going up as high on the toes as works for you and your balance. And then settling down through the soles of the feet. Lift all your toes up in the air. So see if you can actually get your toes off the mat. If I turn sideways on, you might be able to see mine. Give them a wriggle, like you're going to play the piano with them. Wriggle your toes. And then let your toes relax onto the mat. So the weight is coming down through the balls of the feet and the heels. Little bit of softness in the knees. Imagine your tailbone is getting longer and your spine is getting longer, okay? Getting longer up through the back of the neck and you're getting longer through the tailbone. Bring your hands onto your shoulders and then begin to draw some big circles with your elbows. So think about drawing big circles with the elbows. So lots of us hold tension in the shoulders. If we spend a lot of time sitting, whether that's at a computer or a desk or whatever, we have a lot of tightness in the shoulders. Just draw some really nice big circles, opening out across the chest. So it's really good for just sort of counteracting that sort of curved spine we can get when we're sitting for a long period of time. Just take a couple more circles here. Just going at your own pace. And then let your arms release down at the side of your body. We're going to do one shoulder in the air and then the other one. And then just keep alternating them. Try and get your arms really floppy and just wiggle your shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down. Take your time. If you've got any old shoulder injuries, maybe do it slow motion. If it feels good, do it quick. Just up to you. Just loosening up through the shoulders. Nice. Then just relax the shoulders. Then take both shoulders right up round your ears. Then take them back and then let them relax down. So you're trying to get a sense of getting a little bit broader across your collarbones. So normally, if we're sitting at a computer, if we're driving, we'll be quite rounded down like this. So when the shoulders go up, back and down, we're just trying to help open out across the chest. They're really good for posture, really good for the spine. Just extend your hands out in front of you. Bring your little fingers together. Then draw the hands up in towards the face, backs of the hands together, and then extend them away, backs of the hands together. Then bring the backs of the hands towards you. Keep the little fingers together, palms forwards. So just start repeating that backwards and forwards. You can do it super slow, you can do it quick. It's entirely up to you. We're working into the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders here. Just beginning to warm all the joints in the arms. The next time your arms are extended, just interlace your fingers together and just begin to circle through your wrists. Again, you may well notice your joints might crack or pop or make a little noise. Absolutely normal, absolutely fine. It's only if you have any pain or any old injuries that might be playing up that you need to modify or change what you're doing. Now we've all gone in our favorite direction, so now change direction. It might feel a bit weird when you go in the opposite direction. We're so used to doing things a certain way. If we're right-handed or left-handed, we'll have a dominant hand. So if we do it our least favorite way, it might feel a bit weird, but it's really good to train ourselves to do that. Now, unlace your hands, you're going to relace them, but what feels like the wrong way. So the way you'd normally relace them, just move them along a finger, if that makes any sense. It should feel weird. So they're still laced, but kind of like the wrong way, a finger up, if that makes any sense. And then go back to your circling. Now you might notice it feels really kind of clunky, might feel quite different. And again, it's because we're just doing something we're not really used to. We're not used to lacing up our fingers the wrong way. We're going to go in the opposite direction, which will feel like double clunky. It should feel really weird, unless you're kind of ambidextrous, unless you're both right and left-handed. Normally this will feel quite strange because it sort of feels like, oh, am I doing this right? So if you're thinking, am I doing this right? You are doing it right, because it should feel a little bit weird. Oof, release those hands, give them a shake. Let them rest down at the side of the body. So a little bit of length in the back of the neck. Very, very slightly tuck your chin. So quite often when we talk about posture, people think you've got to be in the army and you've got to be like ramrod straight. We're not. A little bit of softness. So instead of looking straight out ahead of you, if you tuck the chin, you just drop your gaze slightly. So from this point, take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, the only thing you're going to move is your head. And you're going to tilt your head to this side as you breathe out. Now think about this shoulder getting really heavy. Just think about this shoulder and this arm being super, super heavy. And it'll just help stretch out through the side of the neck. Find your breath. We're going to come up on an inhale. And then exhale. Only the head moves over to this side. Stay here. And then think about this shoulder getting really heavy. Think about the arm being super heavy. And it just helps stretch out through the side of the neck here. Find your breath. We're going to breathe in to come up through the center. So let's repeat that. Exhale as you go over, just tilting the head, nothing else is moving. Slowly inhale up to center. Exhale over other side. Slowly inhale up to center. Just do one more each side. Exhale over. Inhale up. And then last one. Exhale over. Inhale back up. Good job. We're going to bring the arms right out to the sides. So soft elbows, palms facing forwards. Roll those shoulders, let the shoulders relax. I'm going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands out in front of you and then turn the backs of your hands together. And then inhale. Open them out again. Nice big inhale. Maybe take them a little bit back. Exhale, bring them forwards. You could tuck your chin as you draw the backs of the hands together. Inhale, lift the chin, open the arms. Maybe take them a little bit further back. Exhale, bring the backs of the hands together, tuck the chin. You can drop into the knees if you like here, just to wake the legs up. And then inhale, really open out across the chest, lift the chin, pinch your shoulder blades together. Exhale down, round down through the spine, work into the legs. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the front of the body, look up, and then exhale, round yourself down into a little ball. Inhale, all the way up and lift. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, opening up, fill the body, lovely big inhale. Exhale down, rounding down, tuck the chin. And then last time, inhale, come all the way up. And then this time, just float the arms down at the side of the body. We're going to take some side stretches now. So you've got two options. Either keep your feet under your hips. If you want to work your legs a little bit more, if you want to do something more strenuous, you can take your feet wider than your shoulders. And turn your toes out at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and then drop into your knees like you sat on a horse, okay? If you've never sat on a horse, don't worry, but you're trying to keep your back upright so you're not like this, okay? So either keep your feet under the hips or take what we call horse stance, okay? Hands are relaxed at the side of the body, whichever variation you're in with the legs. Going to take a breath in with a hand on this side, scoop it up like you're lifting something all the way up as you inhale, and then as you exhale, legs stay where they are. Exhale, just lean up and over. Inhale, bring the other arm up so both arms are wide, legs stay where they are. Exhale, over other side. Let's repeat that. Inhale, it's a slow, smooth movement. Inhaling as you lift. Exhale as you go up and over. Inhale, scoop up with that hand that's lifting. And then exhale away. Legs are staying where they are. Legs are lovely and strong. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. We're just opening into the side of the body. Inhaling up. Take your time. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Last time on this side. Exhale as you go over. And then inhale up. Last time. And then exhale over. And then this time as you inhale, bring the arms out wide. And then exhale, bring them out in front of you like you're holding a beach ball. Keep your legs in whichever variation you're in, whether they're under your hips or in horse stance. Now take a breath in, and as you breathe in, imagine you're breathing into this ball. It's going to get bigger. So inhale, and then exhale. Imagine you're squeezing the ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Inhale. And then exhale. Imagine you're squeezing that ball as you breathe out. Let's do that once more. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. And then release the hands. If you're in horse stance, come back so that your feet are underneath your hips along with everybody else. And we're going to just take a couple of energizing breaths here before we finish off with a little mini meditation. So we're going to bring the arms up in towards the ceiling, palms facing forwards. And then when we breathe out, we're going to make fists and we pull the hands right back onto the waist. But the best bit is we go really, really loudly. If you've got a cat in the room, your job is to try and scare it, okay? If you're on your own, you could make as loud a noise if you want. If you're with other people, just see if you can try and frighten them. So, relax the shoulders. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up, palms facing forward, breathe in, and now quickly go. Good job, it's very satisfying. Let's do it again. Inhale. And we'll do one more. Inhale. And brilliant. Shake into the hands, wriggle the shoulders, shake into the legs. And then we're going to bring ourselves to a seated position. Okay. So you could sit on a chair, sit on your sofa, just whatever. Sit on the floor if that's going to work for you. You could sit cross-legged. You can sit with your legs out in front of you. You just want a little comfortable position just to finish. So have a bit of a wriggle around. Try swaying a little bit backwards and forwards. Maybe a little bit side to side. If you're sitting on a chair or the sofa, have your feet flat on the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, maybe sit on a cushion or something, just so you're comfortable. And just try and get a sense of just being a little bit upright in the body. Your hands, they can just rest on your legs, or you can have them in your lap as long as they're not hanging in space. If you feel comfy, you could close your eyes. If you want to keep them open, just maybe look at something that's not moving, or just soften your gaze or lower your gaze. So let's just check in here and notice how we're feeling now that we've moved into the body. Just allowing everything to settle, just allowing all those movements and mobilization just to settle into your body. If it's comfortable for you, just try breathing in and out through your nose, and you're just breathing at your own regular pace. And we're going to use the breath as a focus for our awareness. So we're not doing anything fancy, we're not doing anything weird with the breath, just your regular breath. All we're going to do is just begin to notice the breath as it comes in, and notice the breath as it comes out. So you're just breathing at your own pace, and just begin to follow each breath. So perhaps just noticing that when you breathe in, perhaps noticing how it feels. Can you notice the breath in the nostrils? Maybe you can notice it in your throat. maybe in your chest, maybe down towards your belly. As you breathe out, maybe you notice the breath is a little bit warmer. So just try and follow the breath. And what will absolutely automatically happen is you'll start thinking about something else. That totally is normal. And all you do is once you notice you're thinking about something else, you got distracted, just come back to the breath. Just following the breath in, just letting it go at its own natural pace. Just following the breath out. And there might be all sorts of stuff going on around you. That's absolutely fine. Totally, totally normal. So as you're following the breath, you might notice that you can hear things around you. You might be able to hear things in your own house, or you might be able to hear things outside your house. That's absolutely fine. We're not trying to kind of empty our minds. We're not trying to switch off. We're just letting everything come and go, and we're just following the breath. Following every time we breathe in, following every time we breathe out. Just getting really interested in the rhythm of our breath. And every time our mind wanders off and we start having a little conversation with ourselves, we just go, okay, not a problem. I'll just follow my breath again. Following each inhale, just seeing where you can feel it in your body. Breathing out, and again, feel the breath going out of your body. Just following this natural rhythm and allowing everything else to come and go, the sounds, the things happening around you, the thoughts, just let them all come and go. Absolutely fine. Just breathing in and breathing out. Just giving ourselves a few moments in our day just to sit and settle. Just taking a couple more breaths here, just going at your own pace. Following the in-breath. Feeling the breath in the body. Following the out-breath. Noticing how it feels. Just noticing everything around you. Now just let go of trying to concentrate on the breath. Just sit here for a moment. Just give yourself another little moment before we all head off into our days. Just check in with yourself. Give yourself a little weather check. Just notice how things are with you. Perhaps thank yourself for making the effort to turn up. Well done. And then when you're ready, perhaps take a deeper breath in. Maybe have a bit of a stretch or a yawn or just a little bit of movement, whatever feels right for you. Open up the eyes. And then we usually finish our yoga practice by bringing the palms of the hands together. And we say Namaste. So Namaste, everybody. Thank you for coming. Lovely to see you.